or like she says, pulling kids off the street.
Families off the street just because they look a specific way.
Can you give me an example of who's that happening to?
Watch the news.
I just want an example. If you could tell me the example.
You see it every single day.
They see the similarities. People our age and older, they saw what the Nazi regime did. These things have happened before in history, and it's eerily similar, and it's frightening.
Okay.
And so when people are scared, they do use labels and lash out.
Welcome to the farmer's market. We're filming a YouTube video. Sorry, I'm right. I didn't mean to. No, hold hands. That's great. That's beautiful. Right there. It's great for the video. We're asking people on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. How would you rate Donald Trump's job so far in his second term?
Oh, you don't.
Is there something lower than 0?
I got a -50 today.
There you go. We're up there with them.
All right. Why -50?
He's just a deplorable person in about every measurable way, and doesn't deserve to be our president.
Okay.
Don't like the way he's taking our country.
Okay. What way is he taking our country?
We're not together anymore. We are not. I don't think people are free to say
it's so divisive,
what they feel.
Especially when you're talking about locking up this person and beating up that person.
Yeah.
For an opinion.
Just because they differ from him,
Yeah. Do you think it's divisive when we have a lot of people on the left claiming Trump supporters and everyone in the Trump administration to be Nazis or ICE agents or the Gestapo, or they're going to bring fascism to America, Project 2025, and that there's a lot of wild and really scary accusations against the right wing and Trump supporters in his administration? Do you think that can cause radicalization?
Yeah, that's a problem as well.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Do you think you would see that it comes more from the left or more from the right?
Well, I feel it more from the right, because I feel like when the president tells me that I'm a terrorist because I'm liberal or I'm a Democrat or I voted for
When did he say that?
a certain point, he's made those comments.
I've never heard of that. If you could just tell me maybe the context or when he said it or what exactly he said.
The context was on a YouTube video that I heard it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I had to guarantee you, he probably was talking about Antifa, which are violent, radical, left-wing people.
That's the way you interpreted it.
Yeah.
But when I hear the words come out of his mouth, I take it personal.
Okay.
And when I hear him, say that I'm un-American or I'm radical or crazy, or I think he's used the term terrorist.
Can I clarify that? Do you go out there and put a mask on and wear all black and throw Molotov cocktails at ICE agents?
Of course not.
I don't think he was talking about you. He was talking about those violent protesters. He labeled them a terrorist organization because they are engaging in terrorism, violence for a political end.
You sound like a Trump apologist right now.
I'm just a Trump supporter.
Okay. Well, and what you're doing is you're putting your interpretation on what he said. And
I think there's only one interpretation.
And I'm putting my interpretation on what he said.
If you could correct me, he did not say that Democrats and people who vote for the Democratic Party are terrorists. That's not what he said.
Right.
If you could give me any proof, and maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have to be the only example to how he's divisive, though. You have to admit.
He likes to troll. He likes to, get under people's skin.
Than it's ever been.
I think the divisiveness, is coming from the left wing when they accuse people like me of being a Nazi or a fascist, or they're creating all this dangerous, violent rhetoric that radicalizes people, especially against ICE agents, police officers, and just people wearing MAGA hats out there. I think the divisiveness is primarily coming from the left wing.
I think that you're going to definitely have to admit that it's on both sides.
100%.
I don't think so.
And
100%.
And until you can admit that, then I don't think you can truly understand the problems of this country. I
see people I used to be friends with and know get shot in the neck with bullets written on there, anti-catch this fascist. That's something that I get called all the time. I just left a protest of about 20 people naming everything that the Trump administration has done as fascism. People are scared because people are genuinely believing this radicalization and this rhetoric that Trump is a fascist. And that's a very scary thing to think about, right?
The reason
And that radicalizes
the reason
people
they use
to
that-
violence.
the reason they use that
Yeah.
term is because they see the similarities. People our age and older, and people that have studied history, you know, they saw what the Nazi regime did and how they spoke, and you know.
So where
what their aims were.
what similarities are there from the Nazi regime and Trump and the Trump administration?
Well, I think when you start to delegitimize the courts, that's the first step. I think when you start talking about locking up your enemies, that's one of the steps. When you start trying to demonize the media, that's another step.
Okay.
These things have happened before in history, and it's eerily similar, and it's frightening.
Okay.
And so when people are scared, they do use labels and lash out.
Yeah, but I think when we use labels like Nazis and fascists, that's dangerous.
Which we don't do.
That radical. Well, you say you don't do it, but he just compared Trump and the Trump administration to the Nazis in Germany.
No.
And I just want to explain.
No.
That's not what he
You said that there are
brought it up.
similarities.
You brought it up.
Did you say that there are
And
similarities?
you asked, and I'm trying to explain to you why people might use that term.
Right.
Yeah, and I want to explain to
Don't
you
confuse
guys.
that with me calling him.
Okay.
a Nazi.
Did you say there are similarities?
Yes, I said that there are similarities between what the Nazis did before they went to, as they were gaining power. He you know, and that's frightening. And I pointed out those similarities. I'm not going to go over it again.
Okay. Using the courts. So, like when Trump was persecuted and they tried to jail their political opponents, right? And January 6th, they locked up thousands of people for walking into the Capitol building. I know somebody who was in jail for
They just
13
walked in,
months.
huh?
He was a photojournalist
just walk
taking
in.
pictures. He did. He was taking pictures in a line of people, and they locked him in jail for 13 months, and he faced up to 20 years in prison for that. That is
I think
using the
those- I think
courts
those
against your
people should still
political.
be in prison.
I
I
do
think
too.
it's a disgrace.
You
that
think
he
he-
pardoned.
No, I'm not
I
saying
think it's
him.
a disgrace
I'm talking about the people that
that
busted
he
in there.
pardoned those people
Okay. All of them?
with a blanket. Yes, he should have done it case by case. Now, maybe there are situations where somebody was
That's why it should be case by case and not as a whole.
right.
Yeah.
And just
Well,
to say these
yeah.
are my people and this was wrong, and pardons for everybody.
Well, I think it's interesting.
Some of those
He
people
pardoned
were
all of
really,
those
really
people,
terrible
and the violence that we're seeing in this country is primarily coming from the left wing, not from those people who were called insurrectionists. They're violent. They want to take over the country, and they want to get Trump in as a dictator. It's really interesting that those aren't the
think you
people
have
that
a
we've been
selective
warned
memory.
about. They're not the ones committing the violence today. The left wing are. Can you tell me?
I would say that
Can you
too,
tell me any
because
right wing violence? Because
do you
I can
agree
list
with
off
what
to
he's
you.
doing, sending the National Guard into these cities where there's really no
So the
disregard.
Atlantic-
Well, if there's no disregard,
where
so when they
there's
send
no-
in,
So the Olympic.
I think
the
he's over,
Olympic
and it's only
bomber,
in
you know?
democratic cities.
that's where the crime is the highest. If you could prove me wrong, you
Do
could
who the
let me know.
Olympic
But
bomber is.
Yeah.
You know, Rudolph. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's right-wing terrorism.
okay,
There's an example for you.
okay.
Okay.
Can you name anything more
Now I need to
recent?
come up with more, something more recent. It's
Well, I
never
can
enough
name
for
like
you.
5 things of left-wing terrorism
All right.
going and left-wing violence just in the past few months. There's been about 30 violent assaults just in the last few months against ICE agents, police officers assisting them,
But I think
or
a lot of
federal
these ICE
officer
agents
buildings.
are doing a job that
None-
they shouldn't be doing.
None of those
when you're
ICE
pulling
agents-
children off the street and
None
you
of
are
these
pulling
ICE agents are doing.
right.
Are becoming, using way too much violence or like she says, pulling kids off
when
the
you're pulling
street.
families off the street just because they
Separating
look
them.
a specific way.
Can you give me an example of who's that happening to?
Watch the news.
I just want an example.
Read
If you
the
could
news.
tell me
People would just
the
read on their
example.
own.
You know
You
what's
see it
up.
every
You
single
know
day.
about
It's on
that.
every news station. That's what
ICE
people are
agents
watching anymore.
every day are going down the streets
not
and
gonna
just
tell you every day.
picking
We
up
gotta go.
people
Yeah.
because
We're
of
gonna go on
their.
our way.
Let's enjoy our day.
That's a really scary,
enjoy-
terrible thing that you told me that's
I enjoyed
happening. And if you
talking
have
to you.
proof, I do want to
But
see,
I-
because if that's happening, I want to stand against it.
My advice to you is to never agree with whatever side you're on 100% of the time.
I don't. I
That's
think
good.
I think that deportations
Good and bad
should increase. I think
And
we
if
should
you
have
can't-
more
if you-
deportations.
If you can't come up with 5 things that you don't like about the right wing,
You didn't ask me. I can.
okay, if you can, that's good. Then I think you're on the right track. I can do the same thing with 5 things
Perfect.
that I don't like about.
Perfect. My advice to
liberal
you
people.
would be tone down when you're comparing Nazis and our president and his administration, because people are getting hurt, because it's radicalizing people with that rhetoric. Because imagine someone who might be susceptible to fear and anxiety being told, "Oh, your president is very similar to a Nazi. Just wait to see what happens." But because people are lying about him. People think that because they're lying, and people are getting hurt because they think we're trying to put a Nazi in as a dictator, and that's not true. He's not a Nazi. He's
act
not
like
a
a dictator.
fascist.
He's not
He's
gonna be happy
how is he
until
acting like a
He's
dictator?
not.
Rules.
Look,
Yeah.
look,
How
we
is he
don't-
acting like a dictator, though?
I don't know where you
Ma'am.
got all warm and fuzzy
Ma'am.
about.
How is he acting like a
Trump.
dictator?
If it's not his way, it's no way. And that is the way he has been for a long time. He doesn't compromise. He doesn't, I mean, he
point.
just needs to pull people together from both sides.
He just brokered a peace deal with Palestine and Israel with compromises. So
Really?
that's
What about our
literally
own people?
proves you
I'm talking
wrong.
about our own people.
Yeah, the courts have been
talking about our
blocking
own
almost
people.
everything
So
that
the
he's done.
And he has
Israeli
put-
conflict is over. Is that what
and-
you're telling me?
No, they
Since
just
1952,
started.
This has been going on, and now
No,
it's all,
there's a
it's ended.
lot. There's
What a
thousands of
miracle.
years.
That's great.
Well, I would
Great,
love
it's
to
over.
explain.
I
Well,
didn't
then
know.
I guess you could give
I
Trump
didn't
credit,
know.
right?
I didn't know. Yeah.
So
I'm
he
gonna look
brokered
into
a
that,
peace deal to
absolutely.
release the
Democrats that
hostages.
Amazing.
Have been, their houses have been caught on fire. They've been shot at, or he never apologizes to them. He never says he's sorry to any of those.
Why would he need to apologize for that?
Well, why would people need to apologize for James Kirk? It's a horrible thing.
It's Charlie Kirk, number
whoever
one.
it is.
And I'm not asking for
Read the
anyone
content.
to apologize
Okay.
for what happened to him, except the person and the people
was
who
it
are
New York?
responsible. What I'm asking for, ma'am, what I'm
Well-
asking for is the rhetoric to be
Yeah.
toned down, and people to stop labeling people like
That
him
rhetoric needs
a
to be turned
racist,
down
a
on both
fascist.
sides.
It does not.
Both
It's not both
sides.
sides.
Yeah.
It's not both sides.
wrong.
You know what was written on a bullet
You're wrong.
that was meant to shoot Charlie
You're
Kirk?
wrong there.
Look, I'm sure that.
Hey,
I'm sure,
fascist, catch.
Okay.
People lie about Trump
There's
supporters
people
being
that don't like
fascist.
what he does either. What Charlie Kirk does either.
Yeah.
There's people that don't like what a Democrat does.
Look, I don't-
But
on both
people
sides.
were radical. It's not on both sides.
It is on
Can
both
you
sides.
point to where there have been
Joe,
multiple
we came out here to have a good
dozens and dozens of attacks against right
I'm gonna
wingers?
have to leave.
Or I'm sorry, against left wingers?
It's kind of turned into a really contentious discussion, and I don't know if that's what you wanted. I don't know if you just ambushed us to try to get that, but
I'm just asking for proof that he's a dictator, and I don't have any. And then I'm asking you guys to stop saying that, because it's getting people like me killed out here,
Well,
and
I
it's
think-
getting us assaulted, and it's getting ICE
think what
agents
you have to
hurt.
do is sit
And
back and
violence against
watch.
ICE
It's
agents,
not- it's
I am
not.
watching, has gone up 1,000%.
calling
People are
Trump
trying
a
to kill
dictator
them.
doesn't get anybody hurt.
It does.
No.
And we see that with
Does not.
Charlie Kirk. Calling
Trump
him,
didn't call anybody a dictator.
You're
Kirk
right.
didn't call anybody a dictator.
you're right. People called him one, and they called him a fascist,
And that's why
they
they
called
killed
his
Charlie
president a
Kirk.
fascist, and they
You
call
just- you
all
just-
of us
You're not
fascists, and then
connecting-
they
you're
go
connecting
and they
dots
kill
that
us
aren't
for
there,
it.
honey. You're really connecting dots that aren't there.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
I'm
so
sorry
what
about
killed Charlie Kirk?
I'm sorry about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah,
I didn't
so
know,
am I.
I didn't know who he was. Obviously, it was somebody you cared about. Nobody deserves to be
Thank
shot.
you. I appreciate you saying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
But-
mean that.
oh,
I mean
no,
that.
I know you mean
But-
that. I don't
but-
believe that you think he
But
deserved
that's
it.
not really. That shouldn't have any effect on how I feel about President Trump.
So I'm not asking it to affect how you feel about President Trump. I'm asking it to affect how you talk about the right wing and Donald Trump in general. And hold on, just let me finish. Just let me finish. One second. All I'm asking you, I don't ask you to care about Donald Trump or like him or vote for him. I'm just saying maybe chill the rhetoric when it comes to likening him to Nazis or saying that he's acting like a dictator, because then when we vote for him, then you're saying that we support a dictator and we're fascist and we're putting everybody in this country in danger by voting for a dictator, and that gets people killed.
I think people voted for Trump because they were lied to. And I think that time will show that I'm right on the dictator thing. Now, I don't go around stopping people on the street and telling them, I think Trump's a dictator. What do you think? Okay? I'm not out looking to trigger anybody.
Cool.
Okay? But don't tell me to tone down my rhetoric when you ask me for examples of how Trump is acting like a dictator, and I give you 3. Okay?
Yeah, I don't think you gave me any proof. I asked you for proof on that, but you didn't give me. But that's okay. We don't have to go into it. We're at a farmer's market in school.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you as well. I appreciate you as well. Thank you. And tell your wife I said I appreciate her as well.
I will.
Thank you. As you guys can see, I'm trying to come out here in the public square and just kind of de-radicalize people. Please stop calling us these things that are getting us killed and us hurt and attacked, because they just won't stop. I'm asking you guys to go to patreon.com/Caitlin Bennett. That is my security fund. All of it goes to my security to keep me safe out here until they stop with their violent rhetoric that radicalizes people. I can't be without security. So I'm asking you guys to go and support me. If you want me to keep coming out here and doing this content, patreon.com/Caitlin Bennett. Even $5 a month, you can get into my Facebook group where we have a cool little chat going. You talk to me one-on-one. Thank you guys for supporting me. I really appreciate you. God bless.